Why do you go to graves? Welcome to Ostracon, a podcast that translates fragments into the whole from which they came. William Turner, the painter, is buried in St. Paul's, London. He's an artist particularly dear to me personally. And we've done another episode on him and his work that says more about his life and includes links to some of his paintings and things, and we'll put the link in the comments below if you want to learn more about him. But I'm questioning today this connection to those of the past who influence us. I went down into the crypt of St. Paul's, and you can see where he's buried. It's written on the floor. And I laid down on top of his grave to be, I suppose, as close as you can in the confines of the time and space where we live and breathe. Some people might say that was disrespectful. I don't think it was. And I don't think it was macabre either. It was a scene for the tourists. I did the same thing, by the way, with F. Scott Fitzgerald, but that was different. It's a very small cemetery in Maryland. No one was there, and there was a light rain, and so you could feel these pin pricks coming down from above. I'm not alone, you know. I mean, Père Lachaise in Paris is a perennial destination. Lots of people feel called to visit, so to speak, those people that they admire, who have influenced them. Certainly some of us do this also with our relatives and ancestors, and those we love, those we miss. Is it love that brought me so close to William Turner? Love is good. Idolatry is not. And could I ever love Turner? I don't know Turner. You might argue that I could read everything that was ever written about him and not know him because I never met him. I never touched him. I never heard the sound of his voice. Certainly it's nothing like visiting the grave of an ancestor who cared for you as a child, maybe. I know his work. I know the influence that his work has had on me, how it's opened my eyes, how it's opened my heart, how, in some sense, it has accompanied me in my life as I grow and change, as a point of reference, as to how it made me feel then and now, as to what it meant and what it still means, what it returns me to. It's become enmeshed in some of my own hopes and longing. Maybe you have this experience with important pieces of art as well, whatever they may be. Can you love something that you don't know? If I don't know him, how can I love him? And if I know his work, I can't say that I love that. It's not alive. I can admire it, it can inspire me, but I can't want or wish anything for it. Yes, there's a communion across time and place, but it's communion with the person, not with the work. The work is the communication, and it's a one-way communication. If you can't love what you don't know, and if you can't love the work itself, then what is it? Is it a love of self that compels us towards these people, these places? Because in reality, we're using their own works and lives as a mirror to see who we are and to realize who we are or what we want Has their work become a part of us such that it's a visit to our own past and memory? Is it an homage to them or to our own mortality? Is the idea maybe to get close enough to touch it and not, in the sense that, not yet. I'm still here, wrestling and struggling with these things that this person that I admire also wrestled with. Maybe it's a mix of these things, but maybe it's something beyond any of these things. There is, after all, something here that can be known and loved and searched for, so knowledge increases. And these are the transcendental goods that we find in these communications across time and place. If things are beautiful because they are a participation in the divine, then we can know in some way through that participation. And we can love that source if they're beautiful because they are the way that form arises out of chaos. They are a participation in, maybe even a continuation of, that stroke that moved this world, continues to move this world out of dead nothingness into life through whatever observable means we are working to discern, even non-physical things that may yet be discerned, or that we may learn cannot be discerned. Then we could know that cause in some way through that participation and continuation, in some way through that discernment, and we could love it. To the extent that beauty is beautiful because it contains or expresses some kind of truth, then we could love that truth and long for it. There's also a sense in this closeness, physical closeness to those that we admire, that we're all in this together, that we're all in this struggle together, that we're all struggling with and for the same things, the search for meaning and purpose, contending for the good, the true, and the beautiful, trying to seek it out. Is this also a source that can be known, in part, through these communications of that search across time and place, enough to cause us to want to know more, to love that which we want to know about? But then there's one more level going on here, maybe more, but we don't just want to be close to the canvases in this case, because we've been there. Now, the desire is to be close to the one that painted them, and or, taking off of what we were thinking a moment ago, whatever came through him or her in that creative process. The point here in this visit is to be close to the body. Is this a recognition of the sacredness of the body? Some awe that we are embodied creatures, that these are not all just non-substantive ideas, but are real experiences, that we are flesh and blood, that we can know and love each other, and touch each other, and see and experience tangible things. It's part of our identity, this sacred physical thing, through which the good, the true, and the beautiful are communicated. Is it the sense that there's something awe-inspiring, that these works of beauty, of power, that convey truth to us, poured into and through this vessel of the body. And through that body was brought into existence in a continued creation out of nothing, a new idea and expression made up of these sort of non-living items of paper and pen, canvas and paint, rock and chisel, and other media. Think of composers who make whole lives and worlds out of sound alone. Does this body itself tell us about a source? The fact that we are embodied, our identity, does it tell us about this source? That the body is the way that these communications across time and place are made and are preserved as tangible testaments of meaning and truth to other embodied beings that can experience them firsthand, not as an idea, but in all the power of physical sensation, experience. Does that tell us something about a source, an identity, that we can know through this experience of the body, that we can want to know more because of this experience of the body and others' bodies and what we do and what we make? And is that love? If you accept that beauty is a participation in the divine, and if, as we see, we are embodied creatures, and out of that very embodiment make beauty, then what does that tell you about the sacredness of the body? What does it tell you about our own identity, that we have that relationship and cooperation with the source of beauty and the process of bringing it into existence? And when I was down there getting my clothes dirty on the stones, because the body that held that brush was under them, and there was some draw towards that sacred thing, is it the source of that body, the source of that identity, the hope of the resurrection of the body that drew me so close? Why do you go to graves?